The format is commons and uncommons only. Immortal. All sets are legal. So pull from any set you want. No rare cards. No legendary cards. Show me what you got. It's like when first played it. Did he read my mind? That's the deck I was going to play next run. Well, you know the old cliche about great minds and thinking alike. Drop in the turn 1 guidance to find another card. And we simply play Shard and Go. This is a good starting resource base because it's far more important to get to double blood than it is to get to double wild with this deck. Alright, Howling Brave is down. Alright, I think I go for the Shoku's Garden here to annoy Fate Weave by starting the life gain train. Alright, we'll deal up that combat damage and pass it over. There are currently four Hex streams live. Mokog on the official channel, Pentachills, King Saru, myself.
I don't have a choice here. Walk away or I will fire.
Morden, walk away.
Alright. So I want the Probe Warp Hair early, I think. Oh, what did I do? Sorry, I don't know how I did that. A momentary glitch in the system. Map's gone. TenMoons is ramping to 4 here and finds a Poppy Cake Peddler and hits a Fate Weave faster than I can. Alright, so that's the Fate Weave that gives it flying at +2. Puts a bonus on it that I can't touch that because Spell Shield. Do have means to take Retribution against the Poppy Cake Peddler, though. So, I think the line here is to can't hit that. Explosion the Poppy Cake Peddler. Take it out now. And then swing for 8 points of damage, uncontested, and gain 4 health back, which mostly undoes the damage that did last turn. Although that's still gonna be a regular problem that needs to be dealt with somehow. Battle of Destiny. Oh no! No! So the Burly, the Probe Warp, whatever you are, is dead. And this is now a 6/6 flyer. That laughs at all attempts to kill it. Like two butchers ready to go, but they're worthless against that. I'm gonna throw down the Burly Botanist to have some kind of drilling generation. I really don't want to block with it though. Oh, hey, just kidding. Remember when I said we were gonna have some dreadling generation? Yeah, I I lied. Decree of Banishing is gonna get rid of Burly Botanist, so we have a naked board. We're just sitting here with Shoku's Garden going, please sir, please don't hit me. I just want to make lots of dreadlings and gain health and kill you slowly while I gain health and laugh. But it's not to be. So this this is less than a 2-turn clock. I'm an old man. It's only 8:40. I shouldn't be yawning yet. $12 damage. Yeah, this is a 2-turn clock now without a blocker, so this probably has has to come out to theoretically block that if TenMoons doesn't hit Fate Wave. If TenMoons hits Fate Wave, that's all she wrote. Alright, let's get some Dreadlings down. Deal some damage. Oh, I forget. I get health for these. Derp. Alright, and kill a thing that can be killed. Alright, so it's not insta-death this next turn. That's 5 damage. So we're not dead yet unless there's a Fate Wave. Or 2. Okay, so still not dead. Still dead. Dead. Super dead. Lethal. Just kidding. Boom. Wrecked. Alright, here's ye old dungeon map. And so the question for TenMoons now is, are we taking the same path? Are we doing 5-9 again? Or are we mixing this up and going a different route? Good game. I actually got some hits in that time. Unlike the first time where you just rolled over that deck and laughed all the way. Hell no, I'm staying away from 9. Staying the hell away from 9. 9 gives people fits. If there was ever a deck in the dungeon that people need to build for, specifically to hate out, it's the Avatar of Ruby at slot 9. Alright, you're going to go 3. Alright, so we're going to go 3, 8, 17, 21 will be the path the rest of the way. Alright, I know which deck that is. Go ahead and send me a challenge when you're ready. And for TenMoons, we will start room 3 and continue TenMoons' run towards pillar number 3 and the final boss that resides there. Alright, so this deck is Pit number 2. Accept. So this deck is old style mill. This deck was built before the release of Frostheart and all the mill cards that came with it. Wait, did I pick the right deck? I grabbed the wrong deck. Yeah, I picked the wrong deck. Whoops! Dungeon Master makes a boo-boo every once in a while. Yeah, that is absolutely not the right deck. Oh. Nice handwriting, Thrawn, and I blame my handwriting and the lighting. I know which deck I was supposed to pick. Alright, let's check so I don't screw this up again. Which deck was that? Yeah, okay, so that one's actually in the dungeon. Alright, this is the proper deck. Gotta sign off for the night. See you guys next time. Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out, Stigma Buster. Appreciated as always. Alright, I'm gonna keep this. So yeah, this is old school mill built pre-Frostheart. We have some Chronic Madness in here. We have some Scheme in here as well, to try to make things go faster. And it might actually be... Isn't prize the... No, it's prizes. You gotta... Okay, you gotta pluralize it. That should populate to the chat channel so that you're able to see it. Let me know if you have any issues with that link. But I believe it should work. Alright, so TenMoons has a couple Howling Plains, no Diamond Threshold yet. So I have never yet actually used Scheme on Chronic Madness on anybody. So I'm going to be consistent and just use it on Azurfang Decree, which is what I usually do. Deck Burn Ruins Fate Weave. That it does. That wasn't even a matchup that we had in mind yet. Alright, so TenMoons ramping up. And got down both Orchinaya and Deathless Agent. Alright, so start with a good wholesome Azurfang Decree to take 5 cards out of there, and then now that there's some spiders in there, I'm going to go ahead and bury a couple more. And pass the turn back. And so now TenMoons has to make the choice on Fate Weaving. Whatever gets put on top is probably going to be disappeared by Azurfang Decree, and we'll also have enough resources to also Frostbite this next turn. He may just aggro you to death without the Fate Weave. That's true, and that's why we need to find some. We need to try to find some spiders as chump blockers, and find them fast. But there's stuns and there's bounce in this deck too to try to delay exactly that kind of aggro. Fifth book is not that card, though. Ooh, a spider. Alright, so before their combat phase, we'll play Frostbite to knock those two out of commission for a turn. So I'm more than happy to let them do all the setup they want right now. That's totally fine. That's not a big deal. Oh, I forgot I'm supposed to have that down in that corner too. For the VODs. Oh my god, I'm stupid. I had my chance. I said I was going to stun there, and then I passed the phase. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Alright, I'm going to throw out a Spawn of Oothieg as a blocker. And the turn, unfortunately, could not hit a mill thing. Alright, this time, I'm going to do this right and proper. Not eat an attack I didn't need to eat. Alright, so we get one threat off the board. Maybe not optimal, but okay, fifth book. Of Daharsis. Costs 3 to rifle through the opponent's deck and take 3 cards out of it. So cannot play it and then use its ability on the same turn right now because we don't have enough resources for that. So need to find something good or just dead now. Alright. Show me an ungodly spider train. That wasn't it. Battles of Destiny, Poppy Cake Peddlers. There aren't that many spiderling eggs in there. Maybe I should have removed the eggs, but at that point, we're not really doing ourselves any favors. So probably just dead now. The mill dream wasn't working that time. Alright. Opponent Fate Weave making the choice on Fate Weave there. We'll block the 6 and then take 4. And still dead. It was a trap! Alright, so weirded and oh my god, I had Verdict. Yeah, Dungeon Master is playing like a chump tonight. Not my best plays on that one, and that's why it takes 5 games to beat a dungeon. All right, so we are going to room 8. Room 8 has never defeated anybody, so set your expectations real low for me. Frizz is probably Frizzman had another wild growth. Okay, to get around a verdict. Anybody who actually falls victim to this next room is gonna get a highlight, but I don't see it happening. But yeah, send me a challenge when you're ready, and we'll see if Wombo Combo can work. Otherwise, after that, there will be 2 more rooms. So we've got room 8 next. I think the Wombo Combo is too slow to survive against Fate Weave. Yeah, so watch now, I'm gonna get shard screwed or something bad. You'd have to get pretty epically shard screwed, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, just shoot me that challenge when you're ready here. And I'm not gonna make a mistake on which deck this is. Excited to see Chaos Touch become meta next set, just because Cult of the Nameless City should be in the next set. Yeah, they should be. I don't think they're quite there yet with one set alone, but maybe with another set of toys, they can get there. Alright, so I am keeping a hand that doesn't do anything. I knowingly, in full knowledge, kept a hand that does not do anything. Because it has a Demented Demolisher in it. Pay 3 sacrifices, void all resources from your deck. And we want to get to a decent number of resources and to be able to play things, and then smash all of those out of the deck to try to get things to start going off faster.
You're walking in the woods. There's no one around and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him. He's following.
So early game right now, it's just kind of a matter of playing shards, passing the turn, trying to build up our resource base, biding our time. For the Wombo Combo, which is Sliver of the Immortal Spear. I'll show it off if I draw it. The goal is to get 5 Slivers of the Immortal Spear in play and then exhaust them all to deal 5,000 points of damage to TenMoons' face. So that is our dream. But this deck has proven very slow to go about it, so it's not actually worked yet.
That you're hopelessly lost yourself. Stranded with a murderer, you creep silently through the underbrush. Aha! In the distance, a small cottage with a light on.
Alright, so there's everyone's favorite spell, Shielded Fate Weave Flyer.
But your leg! Ah! It's caught in a bear trap!
So this I'm gonna take. Probably let things slide a little longer. Alright, and now we'll just sit and wait. We have Lullaby, we have Shard Ward, we have Winter Moon Power to put those back in the deck. So maximum stall. Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out the exact ratio on that. because I wanted to get, because you need to have some stallings to set up the combo. And you need to find those things, so you don't want to just constantly keep drawing shards if you don't find them right away.
You fall to your knees and catch your breath.
I think this time I
You're finally safe.
Shard Ward Diamond. And I'm gonna we'll hold the Lullaby for a bit. So we'll still take a point of damage from the Howling Brave. Alright, so there's our first sliver of the Immortal Spear. Exhaust 1 to create a sliver of the Immortal Spear and put it in your deck. Exhaust 5, deal 5,000 points of damage. All attacking troops. So if it doesn't attack, it's not reverted. Okay, let that resolve. Continue to declare defense. Because I'm going to get a stop before combat damage. There we go, Wild Growth. Sure. And now I Lullaby to wipe all that off. Okay, I'm going to take a fast shard here. Get a second wild. I don't know that this deck needs a second wild, but we're going to make sure we have one. Throw out the Demented Demolisher, because now we're at 7. We're going to have 7 resources. And I'll put those 2 stall cards back in the deck. And pass it back over. So this could be a target for... It's a juicy target for removal. Yep, Battle of Destiny. That's not combat damage, so... Can't actually stop that with anything right now. Unfortunately. Okay, so now there will be another Fate Wave here, more growth. We have the opportunity to wipe it off again. But we're running out of chances now. It does cost 3 to sack them. Arcane Focus time. Yeah, pretty dead now. Can power that as 0-8 to try to soak up some damage. But a lot of stuff is gonna still come through. So I think there's a better way to build this combo deck now, with some of the new cards that were introduced in Frostheart, like Bounty of the Magus with Escalate and draw cards. You can kind of keep fishing out more and more stuff. Is one example of a card I would use if I want to try to rebuild this deck into another form. Right? Good old school Final Fantasy. Although I guess Final Fantasy X isn't really old school. Not super old school, but I was like a teenager when it came out, so maybe old enough to qualify. So it's 16, or 6, that's 10, 13, 14. I think that's enough. Yep, that is enough. Alright, so Janky Combo Deck maintains its O for everything status. Two rooms remaining. Two rooms to go. So we are at room number 17 for those of you following along. The fog was real. The fog was to try to set up for the combo that never got off the ground, unfortunately. So good games. You got 3 decks down, 2 remaining. So go ahead and send me a challenge when you're ready here. Yeah, I love the sphere grid of 10. I'm embarrassed to say that I bought the HD remaster and I've barely, for PlayStation 4, and I've barely played it. And I should work on that. But I have so many games that they often don't get enough love, and I spend so much time playing X. I think 10 probably was my favorite Final Fantasy. A lot of people say 7. 7 was good, but 7's overrated in my opinion. I think 10 was my favorite Final Fantasy, with Final Fantasy 8 taking second. You'd watch an FFX stream? Alright, I'm gonna keep this. It needs another shard, but we have one of our bombs in here, the Hero of Legend. We're getting into the hard stuff, folks. Never played Final Fantasy VII. I know that's a travesty, but haven't felt the need. Yeah, I think at this point, the people who've played it, holds a special place in their heart. I don't know how I would feel about that game in 2017, firing it up for the first time with no prior attachment. Because I'm not much of a retro gamer, really. The lower, and it's not all about graphics, it's just more pixel resolution than anything. Because I've got a huge 4K TV behind me, so if the pixel resolution isn't there, we found another bomb, Heart of Embers, but don't have the resources to do much with it. So I don't like being stuck on 2. Just Firebrand, yeah, because that's what it is right there. I was like, I don't think Soloist, though Soloist, there is an AA Soloist though, isn't there? I'm pretty sure that is actually a card that has 2 versions, but I don't remember where you get the AA from. Here's the card that we can't hit with anything. I will take the 2. Now when this attacks, it has +1/+1 for each Valorous troop you control. Okay. It's probably a holiday, yeah, just not Valentine's. I really need some shards, please. This deck should do some great things on 3 and 4 if we were hitting shard drops. The bombs are waiting to get called in. But so where we're sitting at here, Battle of Destiny takes out the Ashwood Firebrand. That's now, oh boy. Alright, so that's 4 damage coming in, or 8 damage coming in. I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to take it. Wow. Alright, War Party Guide, I guess. This is a good deck, I swear, but it's really hard to do much with it when it's stuck on 2 resources. Take down that notice since we're in the last hour of the night. Alright, so this is a Decree of Banishing, taking out probably, if I had to guess, the War Party Guide. And that clears the path for another big swing. Doesn't trigger the Fate Weave here. So I'm probably being real cavalier with taking the hits. There's another Deathless Agent, and that's why the Fate Weave wasn't done. Was to get the value off of that next turn. When an ardent troop you control deals combat damage to your champion, create a Valor. So just swinging with those wouldn't do anything. The Fate Weave will make those 4/4s, which would kill Hero of Legend. So I think the play is to Chastise to get one of those off the table. And I'm going to just put a Valor on the Adamanthian War Priest and pass this back over. A Ruby Shard next turn would be great. Get Fate of Embers in here, or Heart of Embers, but Heart of Embers can't still pull which FFX battle theme, which is better, FFX or Golden Sun? I played Golden Sun. I don't remember the theme off the top of my head though, because that's been a real long time. Pyre Strike cannot be played. Play the Hero of Legend and feel sad, man. This is probably the weakest performance this deck has ever had. Just not drawing the shards. Great for it. I think Bofidy's right. I would agree with that statement. It was good for its time. Hasn't aged super well. Wild growth on the dude. So our Hero of Legend is not so legendary. And that's pretty much the death knell here. On our back foot the entire time. TenMoons. TenMoons has an all-expense trip to the final boss room. And I don't remember if this particular boss has been played yet, and if so, how long ago it was. So I gotta block both. You've played Final Fantasy 7 through 10 at least 5 times each to completion. That's impressive. I'd never finished 7. I got really close to the end, but didn't actually finish it. I finished 8. I don't think I even got past Disc 2 in 9. I know, I'm terrible, but I didn't get very far in 9. Didn't like that one very much. And then I beat 10. 10 was probably, of the 7 through 10 run, 10 was the one I was most thorough in my completion in. I played the crap out of that one. Alright, so here's a giant Fate Weave, so all of these are going to sail over the head, and that's going to deal 12 damage to us. That's going to be a good game. TenMoons. Moving on to the final boss. Play some Xenoblade Chronicles, have need for a JRPG. You know, somebody who plays primarily on Xbox, I really wish Xbox could get some JRPGs, because their support for that genre has been abysmal for years. You never thought you would never get that diamond shard? I was just praying for a shard. I had the Hero of Legend in my opening hand, and then I found the other one. So he was like, "What the fuck? Yeah, you're in the late game now, son. You're in the late game now, where the AI cards start showing up to play. So you got the final boss now. You are in the very last room. So good luck to you. You beat this one, and the grand prize is yours." I mean, I try to get these escalating in difficulty, so good luck, have fun. Final battle hype. Frizzman versus room number 21, aka the Pillar 3 final boss. Victory here means there's only really two viable paths left through the dungeon, but just one boss. And so we're just waiting for the challenge here. There it is. And I'm going to make sure I don't accidentally pick the wrong deck again. Okay, where is it? This final boss. What the... Alright, hold on. I realized there's a problem with this deck. So, as it turns out, Frizzman, just to explain why I declined that challenge, it has been so long since somebody reached that particular pillar, because all of these decks were built before Frostheart, that the deck does not have legal gems in it anymore. The gems rotated, and I forgot to go back into the deck and correct the gems. So I'm gonna change screens real quick, so that you don't see the whole deck right away. And I need to just quickly rotate out gems so that this deck is standard legal again, or is legal again, because apparently it's super cranky about that. Okay, so that doesn't have gems, that doesn't have gems. Really, all of this trouble for one card? But that gem's still legal. What's up, Function? That gem's still legal. Why did you not, Alright, so I don't know why it said my deck failed rotation, because that gem was still legal. Alright, so let's switch back over to the Hex Stream. Alright, so try to send me the challenge again, Frizzman, and it should work this time. I don't know why it wouldn't let me play that deck against you last time. But now we have the real final battle. Frizzman versus the Pillar. Function, got your mail, by the way, letting it rattle around in my head for a day or so before responding. Fair enough. And I need to send you an update on that too after my stream. One minor update on interactivity popped into my head. Here it is, SS Final Boss. Because I was thinking, how do we make that stream feel more like a raid and more interactive between players? And then I had an idea come to me. So I'll shoot you a small update. Gain a charge, Orc Allegiance. It just requires Orc Allegiance. There are orcs in hand, so we'll keep this. Probably use this as a slow shard turn 1. Alright, so the final boss for pillar number 3, lower right corner, is all about them orcs. All about them orcs. No venom. So Arena Regular probably comes down turn 2. Every time we gain a charge, TenMoons takes a point of damage. Alright, I'm going to play the non-fancy regular shard here first, because maybe then these can be used as a to give some things some rage instead of being necessary threshold fixing. TenMoons function, since I think you're just tuning in. TenMoons is running a Fate Weave deck, which I think you may have actually seen before in your Frenzy tournaments, and I think he'd mentioned earlier running it there. Or a couple people at least have been running this. I live in fear of Poppy Cake Peddler because that makes everything bigger upon Fate Weave, and there's tons of Fate Weave going on. Deathless Infiltrator gives me fits because it likes to go up into the sky and start flying. And because it's just generally a bastard and can't get hit by anything. So, Shard equals point of damage. The other annoying thing is that the 4 on that backside is just a pain in the butt. Because that can block either one of these. And I can't finish it with Cremate. So take a point of damage. This requires 8 charges. Yeah. I think I swing with both of these though. To power up Zanya. And now Zanya Bloodfist has Rage 2, Speed, and Crush. Huh, you said butt. like troops that have a big booty. Well, that's just no fun. And this is all happening on 2 resources. Alright, so that's a pair of 4/4 flyers. So now Zanya can't even swing and live. I'm going to do this for a random work gets rage 1. And it was this one. So, more damage on charges. Probably gonna... There's no benefit to swinging in with Zanya and Zanya just dying. So, Zanya's gonna sit for a turn until she can be invincible, I guess. Swings there will make Deranged Marauder better. Either cheaper, more attack, or more defense. It's all random. We don't have a say in that. No! No! Decree of Banishing is going to take out Zanya. Get wrecked. And ramping up one more resource. Possible wild growth. I'm not ready to give up the only thing going for me here. Okay, so this has Rage 1, and this has Rage 1. There is a troop in the crypt for Scrounge. So I'm gonna scrounge that to nuke that. Get my resource back. Please don't have the wild growth. Okay, good. We'll swing with this. Alright, and I'm going to play the Deranged Marauder that got an extra point of attack. Now, a good draw would be Lasgar's Vengeance. Yeah, it's got to be in here somewhere. Just gotta believe. No! No! Fate Weave! Fate Weave absolutely destroying High Cleric Marzul. You may have won a lot of fights in the arena to become a High Cleric Marzul, but today you are getting wrecked! And that's it! We have a winner! TenMoons has defeated the final boss. Amazing. So TenMoons is going